A father shoots 2 nails right into his son's forehead. The next second, a few coins come tumbling out of the son's pant leg, but those 2 nails just fall out of his head on their own, and the marks vanish right before their eyes as if he's healing instantly. David touches his forehead like he can't believe it. He has absolutely no idea what's going on. Then his dad tells him that from now on, he's inherited a special family power. Turns out just a few minutes ago, through a simple handshake, the dad sold this crazy ability to David for the price of 10,000 won. But this gift comes with a catch. Every time he uses it, it costs him cold hard cash, and the more money he has in his pocket, the stronger he gets. David looks down and opens his wallet, and sure enough, all the cash inside is just gone. His dad gives him a serious warning that he can't tell a single soul about this, and he has to follow 2 golden rules. First, he has to help people in need without making a scene. Second, he must never take money from anyone else. David immediately grabs his dad's hand, hoping he can just give this weird power back, but the dad says once it's passed on, there's no taking it back. The dad tried to get rid of it back in the day too, but he eventually realized this burden only stays within the bloodline from generation to generation. Then the dad hands him a card for a loan shark, telling David if things get really desperate, to give that number a call. Even though his dad told him to keep his mouth shut, David ends up spilling the truth to his girlfriend Annie, mainly because he has no choice. They've been working themselves to the bone to buy a house. The down payment alone is over 100 million won. They've spent every penny they saved, and they're still 30 million short. To make matters worse, the listings are flying off the market, and time is running out fast. Annie is a lead accountant who's super picky about money. She tracks every single dime they spend in her books to prove he's not making things up. David takes 10,000 won and puts it in his pocket. As soon as David puts some muscle into it, the steel bar actually starts to bend. Annie stares in shock at the mangled bar, but then she thinks it's just some staged magic trick. David stops arguing. He asks Annie for another 10,000 won, and goes ahead and twists the bar next to it into a knot. That finally gets Annie to believe him. They lay out different amounts of cash on the floor, ready to run some systematic tests on this power. They want to know exactly how much strength costs per dollar, and see if this could actually help them get that house. First test is the long jump. They measure his distance with no money versus 10,000 won, and then again with 20,000 won in his pocket. Second test is the high jump. Third test is weightlifting. After the first round of testing, Annie concludes there are just too many catches. It only works with cash and he has to have it on him. The boost from 20,000 won isn't even as cheap as renting a ladder. Even if he entered a pro fight, he might lose all his coins while getting knocked around. Worse yet, if he runs out of cash at a critical moment, he wouldn't just lose the match, he might lose his life. Basically, it means this superpower hasn't done David any favors at all. Instead, it's just brought him a mountain of trouble. Looking at the last 120,000 won in his pocket, David stares out from the bridge and takes a massive leap.